it's a difference between a definition and a request. Most of the people who are saying what's a real man, they usually fill in the blank with their own personal requests or their personal desires out of that man.
Now, as such, my significant other says a real man is accountable and takes care of these bills. Now, she can say what she wants. They can say what they want, but what is it about my wiring that'll make me jump up and run out into the street to go get some money?
Because they know manhood is power, and when they use that word manhood as bait, it's used for manipulation. Because they know everybody's looking for manhood.
Hold on. Say that again.
They're using the word real man as bait because it's used for manipulation.
M-A-N Impulation.
That's it. Literally.
See, I be reading. I don't be spelling. That's my thing. I read, but okay. You know what I'm saying.
But you feel me?
Right.
It's right now, manhood is
we're so busy caught up in trying to prove ourselves worthy of what it is you think I should be, that we have no concept of deciding for ourselves what that standard should be.
And the beautiful thing is, it's already laid out in our essence. It's laid out in scripture. It's laid out in nature. We have never had to define it. We are the definition. Us being here, we already here. I am that I am. You are who you are. This is us.
Right.
We don't have to prove anything. Anytime when you have to prove something, you're searching for approval. And that's what we have to have an honest conversation about. We have to have an honest conversation about our political situation in this country and in the world. Our political situation in this country and in this world is our humanity has been compromised. When you're humanity, remember you asked me, what is a man? Human first.
Right.
So guess what happens? If you're in a situation where you're being conquered, or you're being oppressed, or you're being depressed, or all these different things, you're in warfare. There's no equality at the end of warfare. Either you won the war or you didn't.
Right.
Right? So at the end of the day, manhood is something that people are trying to use to get, I guess, a point across or their bottom line. Because they know that manhood is used for labor and conquering. Anybody who controls manhood can conquer anything.
Right.
That's the reason why I was telling you, that's the reason why they dangle manhood in front of people.
Right.
You're not a real man if you go get this money. So guess what? If you're not a real man unless you can go get some money, that improves the labor force, or it can improve the prison system.
Right.
Which is a labor force.
Right.
That means if some men who are not going to be hired, they're going to go out there and possibly break some laws.
Because
I
still need to measure up.
And I still need to measure up.
I still need to measure up, although I don't have the means, the legal means.
Exactly. Half of the kids that I mentor who have actually made horrendous decisions, the number one common denominator of some of them doing some of the things that they're doing, who are they trying to take care of? Their mother. Who told the kid they were the what of the house if the dad is gone?
The man of the house. The mother.
Now, I don't even know if she did it.
Right.
Somebody did.
Something he identified
now
as the man.
And I'm going to tell you this. Children just don't grow up saying that. So
Right.
I'm not going to blame the mother, because I ain't going to lie. I had that attitude. My mother never said it to me.
Right.
I watched enough people say it.
Right.
And I drew conclusions.
Right.
One of the things, and this is not about blaming, because if I didn't hear you say it, I can't tell you that you were wrong if I didn't hear you say it, right? But I will tell you this. The children that I've worked with so many children, one thing I do know is children draw conclusions with the information they have. If the father's not in the home and you're the only male there, and a lot of information and a lot of responsibility is put on you, somebody somewhere said, you're the man of the house now. It could have been an uncle.
Right.
Could have been a cousin. Could have been a friend at school. Could have been a teacher. Heard of what happened to your dad. Your dad's a jet. You know you're the man in the house. You got to take care of your mom.
Right.
Now, your mom probably never said it, right?
Right.
But guess what? Kid is not finna say, hey, mom, I'm the man of the house now. He's scared of his mother. Not finna tell her that. But he has internalized it.
Because telling her he's the man of the house almost sounds like he's trying to usurp her authority.
Going authority, yeah.
Right.
See, remember, now I'm going to tell you something wild here. Man, I'm so glad you're bringing this up because I think it's going to help somebody understand where their childhood was compromised. Now, check this out. He knows his authority as a man. He may be the man of the house, but he knows he's not. Because if he was a man of the house, he would run the house. Guess what he is? He's a servant of the house in a man's spot. But he's not the man of the house.
Right.
Because if you're still following orders and everybody can tell you what to do, the man of the house is a title to make you emotionally tied to your labor and your responsibilities without the status of a man.
Say that again.
Okay. Somebody just telling you the man of the house will have you emotionally tied to the labor expectations.
Right.
Without the status of being a man.
Hence, emasculated.
You will go out there and break your back.
Right.
Bring home all the money. And you can't say nothing about it.
Right.
I have young boys out there right now doing everything just so they can give their mother all of the money. Now, is it right or wrong? I have to do the investigation. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just telling you what I know. Now, I got to give my mama this money. We're going to get kicked out. I say, how old are you? 11. Okay. I don't know how many jobs hiring 11-year-olds.
Right.
So process of elimination, I think I know what you may be doing, but help me understand what you're doing.
Right.
I can't tell you. Okay then. It's not tax deductible what you're doing.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
Right. It's kind of, yeah, you start to kind of figure it out.
And see, what happens is they're looking at other men who are providing money. So now they're looking at manhood as the only man with money. Now they're looking at someone else who's working honest, but he doesn't have money. He doesn't have the finest clothes, cars, and jewelry. And they see that women flock to the men with the money. Some of them think that some of the women they like are flocking to manhood when they're actually flocking to material goods.
Right.
That's not manhood. That's materialism under the guise of manhood. Because what happens to the relationship when the material leaves?
Now, some of this, for me, I want to pull the layers back in the coming episodes. I know that I've had you here now this evening for quite some time.
Okay.
I look forward to having you some more.
Definitely.
And I want to, a lot of what you have given me has been so much information that some of it seems like it needs to be chewed in smaller pieces.
It will.
So I want to make sure that you definitely come back and get with me again in Underground Treehouse. But before we go, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we talked about the male-female dynamic. You just touched on that a little bit. The desire to impress the female dynamic. Where are we now as men with the mixed messages we receive? There was a time when being man of the house meant being man of the house in both the provision that you attained for the household and in the guidance and direction that you mandated for everybody under that roof. Why have men now become providers and deferred? You know, ask your mama. Go tell. Why have men been made to believe that generally we choose our wives, we choose our mates? Why are we afraid to approach women now for fear of being offensive? Or why does a man being a man seem like a bad thing? And we'll talk about that when we come back with more Guy Show.